Goldilocks and the truth behind the fairy tale. Let's get one thing straight. The whole Goldilocks and the Three Bears story, a total fabrication. Bears? Please. If I had actually seen one, I would have sprinted so fast my footprints would have caught fire. The real story? It's about how I discovered the biggest secret of my life. And yes, met a devastatingly handsome prince along the way. I'm Goldilocks, born and raised in Belgium, not some enchanted forest kingdom. I grew up in a tiny wooden cabin tucked deep in the woods. Picture endless trees, muddy boots, and the occasional deer that couldn't care less about singing like in fairy tales. My parents were simple
Seriously?
people. Dad was a carpenter, carving cables and chairs from fallen trees. Mom sold his work at village fairs. Think of it as medieval Amazon Prime. We didn't have Wi-Fi, electricity, or even indoor plumbing for years. Still, it was peaceful. Just us, nature, and candlelight. I was the curious one, always pushing buttons, always opening doors labeled "Do Not Enter." Goldilocks, Mom would warn, remember what happened with the beehive? Yeah, but we got honey out of it.
Not again!
After your face swelled like a pumpkin, she'd sigh. Some things are better left alone, darling. Things changed when I turned 15 and finally left homeschooling for a real high school in town. That morning was chaos. Please, just button your shirt properly, Mom begged.
It's too tight.
Then wear the blouse. It itches.
Goldilocks.
My t-shirt's perfect. She groaned. You can't go to school in that. It was my first day in the real world. No more chasing rabbits or foraging for berries. Instead, I was dodging gossip, lockers, and cafeteria hierarchies. I tried fitting in, but I was too different, too curious, too awkward. One day, I spotted a neon flyer for on-campus housing.
This is it!
The idea of moving closer to school and farther from my parents felt like freedom. Mom encouraged me gently. Be yourself, and maybe don't overanalyze every chair you sit in this time, okay? No promises, I muttered. When I arrived, I was so nervous I could barely breathe. Then the door opened, and standing there was the most ridiculously handsome guy I'd ever seen. Blonde curls, ocean blue eyes, and a smile that could melt glaciers.
Hey, I'm Rupert.
He said, effortlessly lifting my overstuffed suitcase with one arm. Inside were my two new roommates. Winnie, fashionable, confident, and always smelling like coconut perfume. Ooh, you're adorable. We're totally giving you a makeover, she declared. And Teddy, calm, spiritual, and somehow cool even while meditating in designer sneakers. Your aura is pure gold. Tell me everything about you. They were nothing like me, but somehow we clicked. My infamous Goldilocks logic came out soon enough. This end of the sofa's too drafty, and that end's too far from the TV, but the middle, just perfect. Rupert grinned. I've never met anyone who analyzes furniture so passionately. Winnie squealed. You're precious! We need to keep you! Teddy nodded. You're the balance our group needed. And just like that, I belonged. Days turned into weeks. Winnie took me shopping, insisting we were style twins. Rupert fixed everything around the dorm, always shirtless because that was his process. Teddy brought me my favorite caramel latte every morning, saying, "You brighten this place." Part of me started wondering if Teddy liked me, and an even bigger part hoped he did. But something strange happened one night. As I drifted off, I heard faint laughter, echoes of hundreds of voices, like distant applause. The walls shimmered. I thought I was dreaming until a deep voice whispered through the air.
You will uncover the truth, Goldilocks. Goldilocks. And when you do, everything will change.
I sat up, heart pounding. My roommates' rooms were empty. That's when I realized this wasn't just school. This wasn't even reality. Something
Where am
or
I?
someone was rewriting my story.